If we classify an adventure bike as anything on two wheels that you can strap your luggage on and go far distances, mixed with dirt roads and even off-road, that leaves a lot of bikes from modified enduros up to gold wings with knobby tires. So it's all a compromise between long distance comfort and road capability and how much fun you want off-road and your skill level. So the perfect adventure bike is very personal. So as you may know, the T7 is the bike I chose and I've been loving it for the last 80,000 kilometers now. Tarmac, dirt roads, light off-road, it's a joy to ride. But when it becomes a bit more technical, it is a big and heavy bike. There's no way around that, and that goes for pretty much all the bikes in this category, 200 plus kilos. So I don't want to go riding without my buddies if there's a chance of getting stuck. And also my comfort level in technical terrain is a bit low, my confidence level that is. So here we are, I'm looking for a lighter, more nimble bike for my garage, for those more adventurous adventures. And I've had my eyes on a few bikes, and one of them is the AJP PR7. Sounds like a drone from Star Wars or something. And I've done this sort of dealership test run, you know, around the block, but that only tells you so much. But through my buddies at AJP Nordic, I've gotten this unique opportunity to do a proper test ride of the AJP. So just magically from the website, I have here the AJP PR7. So how about that? In my garage, the PR7, and it's mine for over a week, and I will take it out for a proper test ride, adventurous test ride, wild camping, Swedish nature, and use it the way I intend to use a bike like this. And in this video, you will get no specs, except that this is a 2024 model with the race kit on it. Nothing else, because the rest is only feelings. It's all about that. I don't care about millimeters and volume and stuff like that. From a T7 perspective, riding on this bike, that's what we're going to do. So let's get some luggage on and go riding. Let's pick up Matthias from Brappencamp. Time to go. Maxed out the Reckless 40, I have to learn to pack that, but about 20 kilos with everything and a big tank bag for electronics and stuff for shooting. But it doesn't have a tank in the front, so it's really flat, so it doesn't really matter. All right, let's get on this baby. It was actually a bit easier than to get onto this T7. It's a bit lower, but I guess it sags under the weight. Let's listen to this tune. Oh wow, it's loud. See you out there. Yeah, the Doma race system is surely a loud system. I would go for something more quiet, but seating position very nice. The pegs are a bit higher than I'm used to, so yeah, a small angle here in the knee joints, I guess. But overall, perfect sitting position for me. I have 20 kilos of luggage on this bike now, approximately, and that would make it about 20 kilos lighter than my T7 without luggage, and I can really feel that. When braking, because of the long suspension, I can really feel it dive a lot, but that's, I mean, this is an off-road prioritized machine. But yeah, that's a difference that I feel from the T7. Yeah. Så, tjena! Fan vad gött! Nice! Jajamän! Och här står den lilla AJP:n.
Jag är lite nyfiken på vad som finns bakom en bom där kan man kolla på.
Ja. Oj, det kändes ju knappt att köra över där.
Jävla fin fjädring på den hojen.
Ja, det här är riktigt härligt. For this trip around the largest lake in Sweden, we used Stegra to generate the unique gravel route that would earn ourselves a classic shrimp sandwich at the Station House Cafe in Lesjöfors. Then down on the east side for a total of 4 days and 3 nights.
Vi har sett trådar.
Ja, precis.
Den här vägen har varit så. När de har varit så många gånger så här ska det gå bra. Måste man hålla lite koll på vad som håller på med. Jag är inte 100 på att gasa som en galningen.
Nej, och fan.
Ingen fäste i bak alls. Kände jag. Hur mycket soppa har du i den där? 17 liter. Så jag kommer 30 mil utan att bli nervös i alla fall. Vi ska se, det här är helt rätt.
Som sagt, stå upp på denna lite mer attack än på T7, men å andra sidan är det ju en hoj man vill attackera lite med.
Det är från styret eller åkning?
Nej, det är mer fotspingarna som är höga. Men jag känner ju inte att jag har 20 kilo packning på riktigt. Eftersom jag inte kört så mycket utan packning så känns det bara lätt. Oj, det var 100 knyck den. Märks ju inte. Mattias has been riding these roads much longer than I, and apparently there was a ritual I had to do before I could call myself a local adventurer. What's up with this place?
On air? This is where the adventure begins, Robert. We are in the middle of Dalsland, but here it begins when you go north. This is the Tall. And the thing is, it has looks like that for 50 years or so. So we used to go here and kiss that Tall. So you have to do it as well, Robert.
So I have to kiss it?
Yeah, you have to kiss it. Right? Okay, so this is the Tall, you know? You have to do like... more like this, you know?
Blir det bra med 360-videon du tog, eller?
Ja, det tror jag.
Du tror det? Du tror inte man ska ta av linsskyddet? Jag åkte ju och pekade. Okej. Lite brant. Oj.
De har ju förstört här, men här ska vi inte bli.
Vad kommer? Det hade ju gått bättre från andra hållet.
Ja.
Bara jag inte sabbar hans nya hasplåt eller någonting där nu, men... Vi ska se.
Ja. Det gick ju sådär bra.
Now we're testing the AJP and it feels so light.
Här ska vi ner. Vi kör ner och kollar. Vi kör ner och kollar. And this place is where I made the Motoberfest, the Oktoberfest solo thing there with the beer tent.
Can you hear that? It's quite calm out here, but the sound is coming from the beer tent. So, let's go.
It's like riding a mountain bike, this. And the place where we're heading is simply fantastic.
It is time, finally time. Yes. How's it going, Mattias?
Great.
Nice. The camo.
Just done the setup.
Okej, skål då!
Skål!
Den har vi förtjänat.
Verkligen.
Ja. Ja, vad är den dejlig?
Du paddlar du?
På andra sidan.
Kanotpaddel, ett gäng kanotpaddlare.
To ADV like a Swede, you have the freedom to camp in nature as long as you leave no trace and don't disturb anyone. You cannot cut down trees, but for firewood you can use trees that has fallen down. And luckily there were plenty around. It's also recommended to use the app Brandrisk Ute to see if there is a fire ban in your area. You have the link in the description of this video.
Bra kniv med tändstål på.
Ja, men det är faktiskt jävligt bra.
And of course, an ADV burger is mandatory on a trip like this. My God!
Ja, det har gjort bra, Robert.
I have mostly slept in tents, but nothing beats waking up a sunny morning in a hammock. The rain is on the way, so yeah, better pack up and get everything packed up before it gets wet, so that would be best. And then a rainy day, but it will end sunny and stay sunny after that, so according to the forecast.
I can't have full speed, but if I slow it down a bit, you will spend 1 minute extra filling the bike, but that's not a biggie.
När den är sträckad här, så den hade du kommit ner Ja, precis bakom oss hade vi faktiskt kommit ner.
Let's see what the AJP can do. Ha.
Curiosity and checking where a trail leads does not always work as the road turns into single trail, but you can always turn around.
I think we have to turn around. This terrain is perfect for the AJP. It's loving it. The suspension just floats over it. It's quite effortless compared to the T7. I don't have to think. And I'm less tense because I just aim and chug on and nothing bad happens. Whoops, there goes Matthias. It's slippery, really slippery.
After a full day in the rain, we left the trails to find a cabin shelter to dry up.
Bära in lite väskor.
Ja, vi bär in lite. Oh wow! We cut the day short from all the rain, and we found this cabin. And we want to dry up all our wet stuff, but there was no firewood at all. So we went to, there was a Dutch couple having an adventure center. So we bought from them 2 big bags of firewood. That'll do. Let's have a little sausage party. I mean, we're having sausage for dinner. And whiskey party.
Yeah, whiskey and beers, sausages, Bullens pilsnerkorv.
Bullens pilsnerkorv. And later that evening, our good friend Seymour arrived.
Vi säger såhär, skål! Skål! Supa!
But we have better weather today. Ooh. Yeah, this was a fantastic place to stay in with the hut. We were so soaked from the rain yesterday, and yeah, we managed to get some firewood and stuff and get dry and have a nice sleep. And Seymour joined the pack. Yeah. So now we head straight to bed. No, but to Lesjöfors, Stationshuset, through some interesting trails.
Yeah, let's adventure.
Yeah.
Här har jag lekt lite. Fan, vilken härlig väg. Okay, this was the shooting field close to Munkfors, which had really nice roads. Not sure how. Yeah, the gates were open and no activity. So, and now we have this stretch left up to the Stationshuset, the Belgian couple's cafe or whatever. Yeah, so let's see how that is. A bit sandy.
Along Road 26 in Lesjöfors, there is an adventure bike couple from Belgium who moved here and started a cozy little cafe in the station house, and we often return here, and it's a given stop in this region.
God morgon! Ja. Ja. Ja.
Har du träffat Mattias?
Hallå!
Nej.
Hallå!
Ja, just det. Ja, just det. Precis. En redig räkmacka.
Ja, den här ska sitta fint.
Ja.
Fasen vad gött.
Yeah, is it old? So he came especially to you.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
Nu ska vi se, nu är vi tillbaka på rutten. Jag tror jag Nej, där är ni. Hur går det? Men Seymour. Hur hamnar du här? Vänta. Oj, vänta.
And after 50 meters on this trail, we had some more AJP training to do.
Den muttern ska sitta lite löst.
It was actually a bit easier on a smaller bike like the AJP, so we could soon continue.
Så får du komma sist. Precis, jag klarade 2 hojar. Tredje.
And again, after a full day's riding, we found another camp spot and stayed the last night there.
Oh, damn.
Shaken but not stirred.
Du är både skakad och störd.
Det vet du. paja upp lite lök. Ska jag knäcka det?
Det är cowboykäk det.
Så ADV dinner.
Nice.
All right, that's been a proper test ride of this bike, not around the dealer block, but a proper trail riding test ride with full camping luggage and everything.
Yeah, 3 days. And the 4th day ahead of us.
Yeah, still a day ahead of us. And yeah, I've been evaluating and riding the bike the most.
Yeah.
But and my comparison comes of course from the T7 going down to this one. And
So what does the Mr. T7 think about the AGP PR7?
yeah, coming from the T7, I have a few the main things that stands out is, I think number one is suspension.
Yeah.
I have not experienced the suspension like this since the EXC 500.
No, it's a lot better than the average adventure bike.
Yeah, it floats over everything. And so that's, I think, the number one.
So it helps you really much on the trails and even on the fast gravel tracks.
Yeah. And number two, I think, is the lightness.
Yeah.
I'm less tense in my shoulders and arms because on the T7 when it gets tricky I do these things.
Yeah. You get more relaxed on this kind
Yes,
of bike. Yeah.
yes, you don't end up in those wow moments so as much. So
how do you feel this weight difference on the T7? It is like 40 kilos or so?
yes, I have not 20, let's say 18 kilos here in the back, and the total weight here is 20 kilos at least lighter than my unloaded T7.
Yeah.
And I've ridden now with the full luggage, and I have not really felt that I had luggage on it. So it was really active and fun to
It's
play.
really tight
Yeah,
as well.
yeah.
Yeah.
So, but I guess these things comes also with a lighter bike in general.
Yeah.
And not specifically the AGP. We have all the others. But yeah, so that's
And
one
then when
thing.
we got into some of the Gnarliel trails, how the suspension and the weight, how did you feel about that?
Only positive. I felt capable and
Yeah,
and enjoying myself more.
A lot more forgiving.
And that comes with a lighter bike, of course. So one thing is that if I would swap the T7 for this one, I would have comfort on fast, long distance, and then we have off-road fun.
Yeah.
And I guess the T7 has a high bar on the comfort and you can ride far,
Yeah.
but it's not as fun there. But I do think now, after riding this, also fast on asphalt, that I do gain a lot of fun and off-road capability.
Yeah.
But I don't lose that much comfort on.
No,
yeah.
I think it's a combination of the gear ratios.
Yes.
It has a very, very nice spread out of the gears in this gearbox. It's,
yeah, the gear number 6 really on the highway, it calms down
yeah.
and it chugs along.
I could compare with the 690 I had before, because that is very narrow with a higher first gear and a rather low 6th gear for such a powerful engine.
Yeah, yeah.
So I think this gearbox is better geared. And the wind protection comes into that as well with the comfort.
Yes, I have less, but on the T7 a bit I have the buffet zone, so it's louder. This is the sort of the edge of the wind is mid-face, so it doesn't buffet that much on the beak and stuff like that. Yeah, but it's okay.
Yeah. And for me, when I test ride, I have test ridden it before as well, enduro style for a whole day, and as well yesterday.
Yeah.
I borrowed kitted up with your kit, and
I feel it actually the wind protection is better than on my 890.
Yeah, I rode your 890 and it's quite low.
Yeah,
so
it's low.
yeah. So some things I would change. I do like the race kit, the Doma exhaust and stuff like that, because also the materials in the pipes are better than the original one made of cheese.
Yeah.
I would have a DB killer because in these woods and trails, right now we're on a hiking trail, but don't tell anyone.
But you get tired if you're doing the long hauls with this
Yeah,
sound.
yeah.
If you're brapping with friends, I think you could manage it.
Yeah. So DB killer here. This Reckless system, I would move it a decimeter back because we can hold on. Yes, I do have a problem with them coming too far. I cannot get my heels down or my calves back, so this has to come back a bit. I have my largest tank bag here.
Yeah, okay.
And I hate it on the T7 because the tank is so
the peanut
high.
tank is high.
So it looks like the chimney of Titanic coming up here. But here it's so flat, so it doesn't bother me that much.
No.
And when it's not there, you can sit on it.
Yeah, you can move really forward really much.
Some negatives is, let's say, fueling. It's not really a negative. But it does take 1 minute longer to fill the tank because of the flat snorkel there to fill it up.
It's a funny funnel.
yeah, but I don't have a problem with that.
No,
the tablet I think is a problem because buying one of these I have to buy I'm paying for that.
Yeah.
And it will go. For me it will go because
you're used to Torx.
Yeah, to the other tablets which have hardware buttons with rain protection and everything. This constantly, I could not use it in the rain.
But this has a remote control. Did you use it?
I didn't get it to work, but it's that's just me. I didn't want to fiddle with the settings and stuff. So, and coming from the T7, the rear brake it's like when you go from a manual shifting on a car to automatic and you start thinking you should clutch with your left foot, but instead it's the brake.
Yeah.
I have so low sensitivity now from the T7 in my feet, so when I brake, it's so sensitive, I lock it.
Yeah.
So every time I try to use it, I skid. So, but
I think it worked out for me, at least when I use it. Sometimes I had some locks as well on the rear because I'm using the ABS on the rear and or on the front, I mean, and not on the rear on my bike. And then another thing is that I have a quick shifter. So even if I ride like your T7 or this one, it's like, I need to use the clutch. That's something, but it's something you just get used to.
Yeah, and I'm not used to a quick shifter, so I don't mind.
But power-wise on the engine as well, it's also interesting. I think it's, as we told, it's geared very well for the power that this engine delivers.
Yes, so I think the engine, old-fashioned as it is, it's still a pro. It's
a proven engine.
Yes, and the power delivery is really, it doesn't seem to matter how low in the RPMs you got, it just chugs, dunk. It doesn't want to stall.
Exactly.
So second gear in technical can sound low, I should be on a lower gear, but it just chugs along, so really enjoyed that. So overall, I really enjoyed this bike, and it's causing me quite hard headache on what to do next. But I do like it. I could definitely see myself going on adventures with this and having more fun on the trails when I get to those places.
Yeah. What I like with this bike is it actually comes very well kitted.
Yes.
Even if you want to do some improvements here and there, it comes in a very, very nice package with everything to start an adventure.
Yeah. Because of course in a video like this you will get all the suggestions which I already considered.
Yes, of
we have
course.
the Honda 300L, but that's a bit too
The
tired
suspension
for me.
on that is not for the weight of us.
You
So
can-
need to start a,
You can adventure mod the 500 EXE. That's a weapon, but
it is.
it's a little bit too much maintenance for me for traveling and stuff like that. Then we have the Covey.
Yeah.
I do like the engine. I have not ridden it, but all the reviews says that the power it only comes in the high revs.
Yeah.
And I do like. I want a tractor, not a race tool. I want to around. So.
Exactly.
And it's not proven. This has also a history of problems, but they
They have improved over the years. With
yes, every
details.
yeah, but and also they are well known.
Yeah. Something I like with companies like AGP from Portugal is that they have made the bike because they listen to adventure riders that want a sporter adventure bike, and they
Yeah.
have done it. And many others that could do it have not done it yet, and that's so. So I really like what they are doing actually.
Yeah, we have the Chinese coming with what we want, but unproven, and then we have the
Yeah.
Portuguese making this basically. But there's a lot of things happening. Yeah, to cut it short, I guess it's a thumbs up from me. I really enjoy it.
So will we see you on the AGP in the future?
It's a high possibility.
High possibility,
Yes. I had more fun than I had in a long time.
Yeah, it's great.
And we did like at least 8-hour rides every day,
Yeah.
and it worked perfectly for me. So
I was thinking
Yeah.
the same thing actually when I tested it first time. I had a 790 at that time, and when I should swap the bike, this was definitely on the table because this is the only bike I could consider at that time going lighter.
yeah,
So, but I ended up with 890 anyway because I really liked it when they released it. But this is still very much in my mind.
all right, good. Thank you. Please put any comments about this bike if you have more experience. But thanks for watching. We're
Yeah.
signing off.
Ciao.
Ciao.